Hello and welcome to We Got a podcast about Dragon Ball. From Earth to Namek to Sadala, we cover it all. My name is Randy.
And I'm Chamomile Doug.
And I've been doing this face for 3 different takes of this intro, Ken.
We are the world's strongest under the heavens trio de dangers here every other week to talk your ear off about fights, goose, and everything else in the Dragon Ball cosmos. This episode, we're going to be reviewing some episodes of Dragon Ball, specifically the first part of the wedding dress arc. But first, I gotta check in with my buds and ask, Doug, how you doing?
Yo, fantastic, man. Got in some new figures, as usual. Speaking of, like, good old early Dragon Ball, got this new, or newish Ichiban Kuji set of, like, these OG Dragon Ball characters. Goku in Snow's outfit, General Blue shirtless. That was for you, Ken.
Thank you.
And then, also this big Hachan with Goku in his jacket after a well-fought battle. Just a fantastic, huge figure. So, yeah, I love this set. It's been amazing. Oh, yeah, and Marusaki. I got the ninja himself. Just all of it was a hit.
Just one of them?
So I'm really happy. Just one of them. They haven't made the other 4 brothers.
Doug, what does Murasaki mean?
Purple.
There you go.
Dang,
That's it, am I right?
Got it.
Yeah.
Doug reads the manga.
I know Dragon Ball. Oh my god, I can't forget the freaking submarine that it's also part of that set that has them, escaping from the caves. And it's even got, if you look closely, Kurlin's holding the mouse that saved them from General Blue.
Ah,
beautiful. Yeah, this thing's really cool.
That's awesome,
me.
man. Sweet. Well, Ken, what's new with you?
Been watching a lot of movies. I went through and I watched all 4 of the Toy Story movies. 5 is out. I'll be watching 5 at some point. I watched 1, I watched 2, and I watched 3. And I said, you know what? Screw it. We'll rewatch 4, even though I never thought I'd watch that movie again. 4, listen, I like Toy Story 1. I love Toy Story 2. Toy Story 3 is so good, it makes me mad. Like, how do you make a movie that good? How do you do it?
Agreed.
And then Toy Story 4 should not exist. But if you take that out of the equation, it is still an amazing movie. And it's all about, like, Woody's story and, like, him being his own self and not necessarily having to attach to anyone anymore. It's just great. It's a great movie. So I'm looking forward to seeing Toy Story 5 because I like the idea of Desperado Woody. I think that's really awesome.
Yeah. The way he, like, just kind of comes in with, like, his bandana
Poncho.
or whatever he has on his neck. Yeah. Super cool.
And then I was originally not going to watch this movie, but Doug asked me to make it available to him, and I watched Obsession.
Obsession?
I think it's a miserable movie, and I don't know if that's a bad thing, because I have to take the genre into account, right? This is horror. This is a thriller. So I wasn't sitting there like, oh, gee willikers, let's have a good time, an obsession. And I absolutely did not get that. And so when I talk about my experience with that movie, it was miserable. But to its credit, I didn't pause it and then like go do something else. I watched it all in one sitting and sat through to the very end of it. And I will never watch it again. But I do think it's worth seeing. It's just...
if you ever plan on dating a Latina, that's the basic guidebook there for that movie.
Is it really? Well, you said it, not me.
I said it without seeing the movie at all. Just what I've heard online.
I know some people really, really love it, and some other people kind of more in the realm of where I'm at. So I wanted to watch it because I wanted to watch like one of the biggest movies of the year, and I'm glad I did.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah. I have it on just in case like I have friends over and we're like, what are we going to watch? Let's put that on kind of thing. That's why I asked you.
It's not a hangout movie to me. Yeah. I wouldn't think. But you do.
I think the rest of the world under 20 years old would disagree with you. But
I mean, Doug, you always seem to make it seem like you have the most normie friends in the world. So maybe this is
normie.
Fine. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Yes, that's why I asked for that. Like, I almost asked you guys to download Love Island for me so I could watch that. So I had something to talk about with my real life friends.
Now, Doug, I did add on Plex. You can add editions. So you can say like this is the director's cut, or you can say that this is like the extended version. And on mine, I made it say the Doug cut. So you'll have to explain that to your friends.
Okay, perfect. I love that.
Randy, what have you been up to?
Oh, well, I played through Final Fantasy VII Rebirth again. Now, that wasn't like in the span of 2 weeks. I have gone from 0 to end. It came out on PC like, a year and a half ago, and I started it, and I'd gotten like, 60 hours in, and then I'd stopped and done something else. But now I was like, I'm going to go back in. Now that we know about Revelation, I'm going to finish this up again. And it's a good game, guys. I don't know if I was ever down on it. That game rules. So.
I was going to say.
It just came out on book the other day.
Right, the Ultimania I see you have there.
Yeah,
I should get that.
I know what you guys want to see.
Cares.
Here you go.
Yeah.
There it is. Tifa.
We love Tifa.
If you're listening to the audio version, you're missing out. This is like if you missed Urbosa's upskirt on Mario Kart.
Whoa, that was a huge milestone.
Yeah, man. Big time. So I think I clocked in close to like 100-ish hours, and I only had to fight that last boss like 4 times before I did it, versus the first time, which was many, 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 many more, including one screw-up where back when the game first launched, they had that whole, do you want to restart battle? Restart from the beginning of it. It was just like very confusingly worded.
I got owned by that.
And then you hit the wrong thing. It's like, all right, cool. Go back 8 phases, start again versus where you're at. Didn't have to worry about that this time because they have fixed that and reworded everything so that it, makes sense.
How
Makes sense, yeah.
do you have the patience to do something like that? Because if I can't beat an optional boss in 3 tries, I'm deleting the game and I'm doing something else.
It's why I never play Elden Ring.
See, it's a challenge. So I want to rise to that challenge. That's all it is.
I don't know.
You're a sicko. You're sick.
To me, I'm like, this digital product, this digital world cannot have this hold over me. I will go touch grass and do something else.
It comes down to how much do I like it and how much do I feel that it was on me versus on the game. If it's on the game, I'm mad. If it's on me, I'm like, I can do this. I can handle
me
this,
with
and I'll try
the
again.
Pokemon trading card game pocket thingy. It's on the game. Every time I lose, it's on the game. It gives the other players every card they need, but when it comes to me, I can't get. What? I'm sorry.
You play that game with other people?
PvP. There are so many hourglasses to be attained through,
worth it.
doing some of those things, and I don't know, but I keep thinking in my head, this time it'll be a good match. It'll be a fair match, and every time the game disappoints me, and I've never been more angry in my life, like by a large margin. I'm like chill 99% of my life, and then I play this game on the toilet, and I want to bash the toilet paper. It's so frustrating.
Are you keeping your deck up to meta?
Sometimes, but yeah.
Yeah, you got to go to
I hate that I had to do
zone.
that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. You know what doesn't make me mad is this next thing that I'm into, which is a little show we've talked about before, Tenchi. They started a Kickstarter for a sequel pilot to be made for Tenchi Universe, which is a thing we haven't watched for this show yet. But man, it got funded in less than 48 hours, and they've already blown past all their stretch goals. And they're still, let me see, I got it open right here. How many days left to go? 53 days in the campaign.
Wow.
Left.
And you just have to wonder, what show was it that started covering Tenchi?
Yeah.
Not too long
What
ago.
brought it
and then it
back
seems
into
like,
the Mindgeist?
it's back in a big way. And I wonder what show could have caused that.
Who had someone as a special guest that was on the show.
And it's funny,
Wow.
that video is still getting watched all the time. I think that is becoming like our evergreen episode.
Yeah.
Because we are always getting new comments. And for those who don't know, we watched all of Tenchi, but we kicked it off doing an interview with Patria Burchard, who's the voice of Ryoko. And that episode is fantastic. Randy and I had a great time talking to her. And that video is still getting a lot of views. And probably will continue to get even more now that Tenchi is back again.
Yeah. Gosh, what a good time. So I'm really excited for that. Ken, have you backed it?
None, not yet. I do want the Blu-ray, which will only have 1 episode on it, but I do want it.
Right.
But it's been
I didn't know it was Kickstarter. That's crazy.
It's been
Yeah, man.
such a delight watching Japanese Twitter realize that Tenchi's not big in the States, but among people of a certain age who grew up on Toonami, it most certainly is. And Japanese Twitter being confused about, like, why do Americans know about this show? And then, like, slowly finding out that Americans know about stuff like Outlaw Star and Trigun, and they're like, what is going on? Why did these Americans know about anime? And
I love that. It's reminiscent to when people from Dragon Ball realized that we in America love Dragon Ball, apparently, from Toei.
Right. Totally wild.
It's like, are you kidding me?
I backed it, getting that Blu-ray, which now will include a 4K disc because, that was one of the stretch goals. I'm also going to get the paperback, making of book that they're going to do, like the art book and things. And man, I'm really tempted to spend an extra $40 to get this show on VHS because that is an extra thing you can do. Yeah.
I'm going to take a look at this now. I didn't know.
So for what you're purchasing, Randy, what tier level is that? How much are you in for?
So the thing that I went for, which is the special edition Blu-ray Steelbook, that's $70. The art book was an add-on, and I think that was like $40, and then the VHS is another $40 if I want to get that one, which I kind of want to get.
So can you can pick and choose then? Because I don't care about a Steelbook, but I want the art book.
Yeah, you can pick and choose for that. The Steelbook thing is just because it comes with special features. I didn't want the bare bones Blu-ray.
Then I got to get the Steelbook. I want those features.
Yeah. So you'll want that.
Because presumably, we will have to do an episode about that episode.
We will, absolutely. I'm actually in the middle of a Tenchi Universe rewatch, so I've got to be caught up for this. It's going to be a good time.
Well, I guess we should just announce. We don't have it, planned down, but for those of you who didn't watch the episode with just Randy and I on it, and then the Doug cut of that episode, we will be returning to Tenchi this year, OVA 3. Mm-hmm. We don't know exactly when, but we will be jumping into that before the year is over. We will have done all of OVA 3. I don't know if we're going to do Universe. Maybe we just watch it on our own. Maybe we can split that bad boy up into like quarters. We can quarter it because obviously we're going to talk about Galaxy as it's airing.
Yeah.
So
absolutely. Yeah. It's 26 episodes, Doug. And I think that, we could split it up some way, either in half or quarters. So that way we can be a bit more granular with it.
Yeah,
sure.
And, maybe do it as like one of those that we did for Tenchi in the latter episodes. There was a live one where we didn't do that much editing, but we really wanted to talk about it and, life and schedules and things like that.
It was a pleasant surprise to talk Tenchi, to revisit that.
Hopefully it remains that way.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm talking about OVA 3 specifically.
Right. Now be careful because I am an OVA 3 champion. I will convince people. So
I love to love things. That's why these episodes covering Daima were so hard on me.
Took a lot out of you to find the love there. Well, we don't have to do a lot of searching for some love because we're covering some episodes about two lovebirds.
Oh,
I know, right?
Who?
We're talking about Goku and Chi-Chi because we're going to be talking about the wedding dress arc from Dragon Ball. That's right. The very last 5 episodes are their own fun little special filler arc. And we're going to cut that up into 2 parts. So this one we're doing episodes 149 and 150. And then next time we're going to do the last 3. So then we have that to look forward to. But some basic info here on everything. Ken has put together a nice little timeline so that way we have some good context for things. In terms of the manga, on March 14th, 1989, we were on chapter 215, Yamcha's Premonition. And what was happening in that one, Ken?
Yamcha dies. That's the one where the Cyberman blows up. So going into right before we start this arc, the latest thing that happened in the manga was the Yamcha death pose.
Oh my God.
Ooh, dang. That's rough.
But that also gives you an idea for something that will become relevant in our discussion later, how far ahead, quote unquote, Z was while the anime was still in Dragon Ball.
Uh-huh. Interesting. All right. Well, then a day after Yamcha bites the dust, on March 15th, 1989, was episode 149, The Wedding Dress in Flames, debuting on Fuji TV. So then the following week, March 21st, we had chapter 216 of the manga, Frightened Warriors, which follows up with that as That would have been Chaozu doing his thing, right?
No, I think that's when Kuririn does the big Kamehameha and it splits in the sky.
That's right.
If it's not that, that's the chapter after. But that's kind of the territory we're in.
Gotcha. I wasn't sure if that happened fast enough or then we go to Chaozu being on Nappa's back or anything. But yeah, I'm thinking way too fast. So then we have the next day, March 22nd, episode 150, The Phantom Fire-Eating Bird debuts on Fuji TV. And then just a fun little thing here because it is more up to speed with who we are as people. These two episodes aired in America on November 20th and November 24th, 2003. Now, did either of you guys watch this on TV here on Toonami when it aired?
No, because I had bought the DVD and I was watching it off that.
Oh, yeah. I don't remember at all. That was Thanksgiving time, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. It was like
too easy eating a fire-eating bird myself.
Well, there you go. I also didn't watch it. I had my fan subs from like 2 years prior. And also, I didn't even watch it then. I didn't watch these episodes until 2020 when I finally sat down and was like,
really?
I'm going to watch all of Dragon Ball. Never watched it like all the way through. So here we go. So yeah, that's all that. And I've got to surprise the Doug cut here. Doug, I want you to succinctly summarize what happened in these episodes. And then we're going to dive into the discussion.
You do? All right.
I do. So we have these two episodes. What happens in The Wedding Dress in Flames?
Well, you really want like off the cuff? You want me to?
Yeah.
I'm like looking like, did he give me a script that I'm gonna write? No. Okay. All right. So check it. All right. Goku finally defeats Piccolo in the World Martial Arts Tournament, the Tenkaichi Budokai. Him and Chi-Chi decide, hey, we're gonna get married. Let's go visit my dad. Actually. No, let me cut it down, right? Because I was going to go into the whole tangent about who's Goku's true father. It's actually Ox King because Grandpa Gohan, and he doesn't know Bardock. And so now, whatever.
Whoa.
What? Can I start over?
Yeah, absolutely. Please.
All right. So Goku and Chi-Chi head off to Ox King to meet him, talk about wedding stuff. They get prepared for this wedding. He owns the village or whatever, or he's really rich. I forget how. How does he come into this?
He's a
this
king.
Power? He's a king. Okay, but how? All right, whatever. Evil king, maybe. It sounds corrupt. But all of a sudden, a fire just bursts into the castle, into his house. They don't know why. It's just bursting into a flame. Poor Gyamao is stuck in the, how do you pronounce it? Gumao?
There you go.
Ox King.
The second one was where you wanted to be.
He's
Ox King. That's okay.
He's stuck in the house for whatever reason. They can't reach him because he goes to save the wedding dress that belonged to Chi-Chi's mother. Mm-hmm. And no matter how hard Goku tries to save him, he can't. So Ox King is like, you need to get the Bansho fan, the Basho Sen in the Japanese version. And so they're like, all right, bet. I guess we'll take 10 days to go look for this thing while you survive in this flame of a hurricane flame. And so Goku, Chi-Chi set off. They're like, I don't know where to start. Let's ask fortune teller Baba because she knows everything. But she's sick, so she can't pinpoint where this thing is. She just sees a hexagon. Let's go to
an
Hexagon
octagon.
Town. Octagon.
Also,
See, I don't even know.
I'm going to interrupt you, Doug. Now, first quick question. Do you know what the word succinctly means?
Succinctly?
Yeah.
That's sounds like something my bank account does often.
I was going to say, just give us the high level. What are these two episodes about? What is the first one about? It's about wedding
short.
stuff.
You want to do a short version? I don't know. You just surprised me with this. I'm just trying to be like, wedding, Ox King trapped in the fire.
Yeah.
Let's go get the Bancho fan. Boom.
Great.
That's it.
Great. And then the second episode is part of this.
Second episode, they go look for this fire-eating bird because they're like, it has something to do with making this Bancho fan. So they go to it, but Emperor Pilaf is running amok as well, trying to get this thing too. So they go, try and look for that, and hijinks pursue.
Perfect. Wonderful.
Ensue.
There we go.
Nailed it.
Doug, I know that you're operating.
Good luck editing that, Ken.
Keep it all in. I think that's gold. Doug, I know that you were operating on tiredness, so I'm sorry. I did write this like 2 days ago, so I didn't know how you're going to be. But you know what?
Doug, give us the duck cut. I'm like, what?
All righty. So, Doug, I just wanted to give you some time because, like, I was going to go talk about this timeline here of episode stuff. I'm like, we're not getting enough Doug in this episode up front. I gotta put more Doug in here. So I'm gonna ask him what's going on. But now for the three of us, temperature check. How are we feeling about this mini arc so far? Ken, how are you feeling?
I adore these episodes. This is fantastic. You know, when we were doing Garlic Jr., we talked about how that was a return to the mysticism, the mystical nature of the original pre-Raditz Dragon Ball. And this felt like the send-off to that. Like, yes, we had this tournament that we were in, but this truly is that early Dragon Ball magic being like, goodbye, one last adventure. And it's also one last adventure for the Pilaf crew, who in original days, we won't see again until GT.
Yeah.
Wow. So he truly wouldn't see an adult Goku until GT.
Yeah. And even though, yes, this is filler, it's just fun. And again, we're taking it out of context intentionally to not be like, where is Raditz? Whenever Raditz isn't on screen, people should be asking, where's Raditz? We're just like with Garlic Jr., we were able to separate that out from Trunks on the horizon. We're removing Raditz from this equation and just enjoying these episodes for what they are. And in that manner, I just truly think that these are something special.
Heck yeah, man. Couldn't have put it better myself. Doug, what did you think about these episodes so far?
I agree with Ken for the most part, except it still just feels like filler to me. It's still, I want to adore these episodes, but they just still, we have a MacGuffin, look for the MacGuffin type fetch quest kind of thing. But it is still fun. It is nice that we get to see Goku and Chi-Chi have this adventure before Chi-Chi gets written off as just the tiger mom that she is in Z. So it is nice to see that. But it does kind of make it unfortunate that we do get to see more of adult Chi-Chi's character, and then she gets written off. Like, we don't, it's like supposed to be like an introduction to her, but then we never really see her besides being a punchline in later stuff. But with that said, it still is nice to see them do adventure type stuff. Especially like seeing adult, not even adult, like he's like an older teen Goku, like just seeing him, you know, be him. And the way he's drawn, the way Masako Nozawa still has like, is still settling into the adult Goku voice, like between like young and adult, like it's like right there. It's really cool. So yeah, I enjoyed watching these episodes for what they were.
Yeah. Ken had put it pretty good that this is kind of a send-off to everything that's come before, because we have that foresight. We can see where the manga is going. Like, okay, things are different. We've got aliens. Who knows where things are going to go here, but things are definitely making a change. So revisiting some stuff and kind of celebrating everything that is Dragon Ball so far is a good time. And I dig that. And, Doug, you bring up, like, it's just filler. It feels like it's just filler. And while it is, it's kind of cool that this has roots in what Dragon Ball started as, because this whole Basho-sen, the banana palm fan, I believe is what the whole thing would come out to be, is actually taken from Journey to the West, which, of course, is what Dragon Ball is from. So if you didn't know, the Basho-sen, or the banana palm fan, was a magical fan in the possession of Princess Iron Fan, wife of the demon, or the bull demon king from that story. So we got this here plucked right from Wikipedia, and it says the Basho-sen, a spiritual treasure begotten of heaven and earth at the back of Mount Kunlun. It is a finest leaf of the supreme yin, and that is why it can extinguish all fires, including the fires on the flaming mountains. It is able to create giant winds. If a man is bodily fanned by it, he will drift for precisely 84,000 miles before the cold wind subsides, and they're the subject of gravity once again. So the whole story of it, Sun Wukong wanted it to put out the fires of the Flaming Mountains, which is an issue that he himself caused, so that's always fun. And we went on a conniving quest to steal it from Princess Iron Fan. So we're taking that in, doing some Dragon Ball magic with it.
For those who haven't read Journey to the West, it really is like this, where they just throw numbers around at you, and they use the word Wonton King a lot. Not Wonton, Wonton King a lot.
Oh, okay.
And you'll learn the word kowtow, depending on which translation you're reading. It's the way that Journey to the West is written, and again, if you're reading, depending on what translation you're on, but it's just very circular, and I found it extremely hard to read, and I read the beginning of it for a project in college, and I basically, Journey to the West starts off, and you're with just Wukong by himself for a while before the priest shows up. It's wild, man. Yeah, and I didn't know these details watching it, but it was the kind of thing where I'm like, yeah, I bet this is just steeped in Journey to the West.
All the mysticism of it all.
Yeah. I wasn't sure if it was specifically a Journey to the West thing or if it was some other, Japanese folklore thing. But no, specifically this. So it's like, all right, cool. We're taking it back to where it began with Journey to the West. So I think that was very smart on their part.
Yeah. A lot of it also does feel just like early Dragon Ball, and I'm like, did we do this already? Where they're looking for a fan that Roshi has. He was using it as a table evener, and then using the Kamehameha to blast to get fire to be gone. That's always funny and weird.
Exactly. So now we're gonna move on to these episodes, but of course, before we talk about those, episode 148. Hooray! The world's strongest man. Ken says, did anyone do any extra credit? So what's the extra credit here, Ken?
I mean, did you watch episode 148? I did.
I did.
I did not.
That's okay. It was extra credit.
I like to start this with a little bit of context of going before, like when we did GT, how I watched the last episode of Z going into it. Man, there is some funny stuff that they had to do for the anime to get it to I guess stretch the time out. There's the part where Kami is about to say to Goku, do you want to become God? And he just suddenly stops mid-sentence and Chaozu flies in, so you know that Chaozu is okay. And then Kami just keeps going again, reiterating the same thing. It's silly. But then there's such a complete hard break that you can just, unfortunately, you can really skip this arc in its entirety. It has no bearing one way or the other on anything. And I think that's maybe intentional.
But when it comes to it being in anime form, I think because the anime's pacing is so much slower than the manga, I think adding this little 5-episode filler is appropriate in this instance. In the manga, this definitely would not have, I don't think it would have worked.
Yeah, and do I want to say that this is what they should have kept doing, right? Should we have continued to get Wedding Dress arc, Garlic Jr. arc, and Afterlife Tournament, more stuff like that? Or would that have led us down a dark road of Naruto?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Which, if people don't know, in Naruto, after the main story of part 1 is done, we had 85 some episodes of filler before we moved on to the Shippuden stuff.
Yeah, but it wasn't clean filler either, because they would slowly sprinkle in the last couple of chapters from before the time skip. And so you can't even cleanly just cut those out of your collection, because you'll be in the middle of some random arc and then Tsunade will be like, we gotta find Sasuke's with Orochimaru. And that line will be important, but then you go back into filler.
Let me tell you.
Yeah.
As a person who watched Naruto and was finishing it up just a month before Shippuden was going to start airing, and knowing what was ahead of me with that filler, nah, man, episode 135, I'm like, all right, I'm done, and I'll get into Shippuden in a couple of months. It'll be a good time. Have no idea what happens in those 80-some episodes, and I got along just fine. You don't have to. And it was very funny when they were putting out the collected DVDs for the first time. They're like, here's these chunks, blah, 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 and conveniently episode 135. I think that's where the end of the regular thing is just and that's the end of this set, and then the next set is other stuff. I'm like, oh, cool. You even let me just stop buying the stuff I didn't
know they did that. That's funny. I mean, even with all that annoying filler stuff, the story still persevered in defense of, of having more filler. The story is still considered one of the best out there. So Dragon Ball still would have survived, I feel like.
Yeah. I feel like it would have been just fine. But yes, the extra credit, I'm glad that I did that, because Ken, I saw that you had watched it on my Plex, so I was like, he's going to do extra credit. I'm going to do the same thing. So then I started to watch it.
You guys could have just asked me to succinctly summarize that episode for you instead. That would have been better.
Yeah, we could have. We would have been here for a day and a half. But, I decided 18 minutes is enough, and I would just watch it. But yeah, man, it's so funny because while I was watching that episode, I was thinking, okay, so then we had 5 episodes of filler here, but like we don't have very long. It's like what, like 2 months until suddenly Vegeta is here, basically, like with just everybody showing up. So it's like, man, stuff just happens so fast. Like Piccolo's the big bad. I'm like, not for much longer, guys. Like stuff is going to change real fast in a big way. But it's just neat. It's just a cool little point in time in the series. And
I always wonder if my headcanon is that like would they release the like Dragon Ball ends and then 5 years later in real time we don't get anything until Z anime starts. It's like obviously that's not what happened, but it's like, oh, that would be really cool if they decided to do that. But no, they just kept it right going, just continuing. Like 5 years later, boom, here we go.
That's what made Toy Story 3 so good.
Yeah. So you had to wait for it, and then time physically passed, and it was very cool.
Yeah, with us, we grew up with Andy.
Be a great way to kill your momentum for a series like
Very
this.
true. Yeah.
So before we jump into episode 149, I also wanted to bring up, I always forget the updated animations for the opening and ending in Dragon Ball for this latter portion. Like it just came on and I'm like, whoa, this is different than what I'm used to. This rules. I love this. Why do I not think about this stuff more often?
Because the DVDs didn't include them early on, right? In the American releases?
I don't know. I didn't watch the Blu-ray.
I'm fairly confident that's what it was, is that like they just didn't have that footage of the second opening. So from the beginning of episode 1 to 153, it was the same intro. So it feels like new footage to us when we see it finally. And the ending too.
I never bought those singles or those 2-disc sets that they're putting out, so I never experienced that.
We got one of those. I still think those are the best graphic design work that Funimation ever did.
Loved them.
Yeah. They're really cool.
Yeah, man. Those are the good times. All right, so now into it. Episode 149, The Wedding Dress in Flames. I've just got a few things here that are just kind of like the bullet points, but Ken, of course, has, I don't know, a full notebook full of notes. He's scrolling through
Yeah, I've got
good
a lot of
Lord,
notes.
it just happens.
No, this is a lot. I'm just writing down exactly what is happening so that I can kind of jog my memory as I go through. This is not necessarily 7 pages of lore notes. A lot of it is just literally Chi-Chi's still pure of heart because she's riding on Yoibo. And then
she's riding on what?
No, she's not riding on Yoibo. Doug, what is it? It's Quintun? Quintun. Yeah. See, this is what happens here when I take too many notes.
Speaking of Chi-Chi, is this the same voice actress going to get for her for the rest of the series? It doesn't feel like Chi-Chi to me, but I guess maybe that's just how much we don't see of her in Z that I'm just like, is this the same actress?
She's not yelling at you about, doing your homework. That's why,
Yeah,
she doesn't have that
different.
She doesn't have that burden of having to live with this dumb hick in her house and and their son that she's raising all on her own,
Yeah.
Well, now Gyumao is going to be Goku's dad.
Gyumao.
Yeah. That's so fun.
You guys were following what I was trying to say. My stupidity of just like it'd be like a fun trick question to bring up to someone like, who does Goku consider his dad? And it's like, it's not Grandpa Gohan because that's the grandpa and he doesn't know Bardock, so it's not Bardock. But because the Chi-Chi's explaining to him like, no, he's your dad now too. So Goku just automatically, oh, okay, he's my dad now.
You might be thinking too much about it. Yeah.
Moving on.
Getting married sure is strange. I like how Goku is just totally, like, he's not really a lovebird, as we kind of alluded to earlier. He's just along for the ride.
Yeah. He's like, I got nothing better to do. I'm the world champion. What else?
Yeah. It's also fun, like, talking to the kids watching the show, like, that don't know marriage either. So it's kind of like, this is what marriage is, kind of,
So we head to where Gyumao lives, and there's a sign that says, I guess, Gyuma Village or Gyuma Villa 69. I couldn't exactly, figure out what it was trying to say there on the screen. If we could get a better up scan of this film, then we could maybe be able to tell that. It's cool because we never really get to see Gyumao's home in the manga. And in fact, for his design in this arc, they are having to borrow a head from Z for how he is supposed to look, because he never looks like
his
this
helmet on
in Dragon Ball. Yeah.
Right.
Now, we do see Gyumao and Chi-Chi, I think, in one filler, maybe two before this. I think we see them in Piccolo Daimao, and then maybe at some point during Red Ribbon, we see them again. So it's not like in the manga where we haven't seen them since the very beginning of the series.
Yeah.
Right. We have seen them at least one or two more times. And yeah, that whole time, Gyumo was still in his old design. So they definitely had to borrow a head from where they were going to be going to with Z, which I think is just a fun little thing.
It is fun. It's not an alternate look at all, like entirely. It's like, no, this is what he's going to look like in Z.
Yeah. They specifically chose not to keep him in his old warrior battle king design and just go straight to domestic Gyumao.
Yeah. Domestic. Dad mode.
Gyumao wasn't expecting this engagement, so what did he think? Like, I wonder what the whole story was when Chi-Chi said she was going to go to this tournament. I guess he just didn't expect Goku to be there.
You brought me a son-in-law.
I mean, yeah. I mean, what was her plan? What did she tell him before she left? But, who knows? It just worked out that way.
I'm going to go get milk. She's Chi-Chi. Get it? It's a pun.
Oh.
Now, we are in a world where Goku is not a Saiyan yet, and as far as in the anime, and there are no other Saiyans to share this trait of eating everything.
Yes, I was thinking about that too.
And like we see in the Buu arc, where it's also Gohan and Vegeta are just clearing up all this food at the tournament, that we get this attributed to Gohan, that this is something Goku inherits from Gohan. This style of eating, which is just really fun. And like how you can play with your existing world, your lore that you're in, without really having to worry about what's coming later. That they were given this kind of leeway to make this jump and be like, oh, this is something he inherited from this other guy. And it's not like, this is a nurture, not necessarily a nature thing for Goku. I love the long leash that these episodes are on of what they can do.
Yeah. Given that leash, but also using that all this stuff here to kind of to celebrate everything that came before it. So we have them eaten, and then what is this? This is when they have the discussion about the wedding dress that like Gyumao still has it.
Yeah, Chi-Chi doesn't want to have a ceremony, but then Gyumao is like, dude, check this out. I got your mom's dress. And don't even think about the logistics of how that would have all worked with giant Gyumao and then Chi-Chi's mom, who is very tiny.
And the fact that, hopefully the wedding outfit fits Chi-Chi as well. It's kind of presumptuous to be like, here you go. Well, I'm sure that happens in the real world too, right? They just like taper it up. Yeah.
Anyway, so Chi-Chi is now moved and she wants to have this wedding ceremony. And then I love the way that Gyumao talks to his villagers. He's very kind and very patient with them. And just not the Gyumao that we had early on, who was, even after he kind of dropped his angry facade, he was still very bombastic in that early part of the series.
Yeah, he's cooled off. Once the fires went out, he was chill.
And then these other fires started up.
Well, haven't happened yet.
I'm trying to think, is there any other series out there that had this kind of prolonged filler where they borrowed a character design and a character's temperament from the future for something like this?
I wonder.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but it was very smart on their part to be like, okay, we can use this because it's been so long since we've seen this character, and here's where he's going to be when we skip ahead 5 years. So let's just have it be he became this person.
We
before
like
this.
that. Yeah,
we like that. He's just a big Papa Bear dad.
Big softy.
I like
yeah.
that.
I want to see the extended cell art of Chi-Chi's mom, because I'm sure that exists out there.
Right.
Just cut it off.
Because we have that pan up of that painting. Sorry, pawn. We have that pawn up of Chi-Chi on her mom's lap. And
Brown
then,
hair.
of course, we cut away. Yeah, with brown hair.
Just,
and then we
just a
have
painting.
just a quick cutaway. We don't even get to see her face. Like, as we're going up, I'm like, oh, shoot. Do we get to see what she looks like? I forgot if we do.
I know.
If we know that or not. Nope. Don't get that.
She could be an ox.
I wonder if that was something where that was Toei pulling the leash and being like, well, we don't know. Chi-Chi's mom could be important in the future, so don't show her face.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, that's still a mystery to this day.
Gumo has a painting of himself behind him that when all the fires and everything start, it falls. And I was like, was that he was just looking at the painting of Chi-Chi's mom. Was that it? And so I had to like go back, but no, it's just Gumo in his like battle.
Oh, I thought it was. And it's just like, because he was standing in front of it. So I thought he was conveniently blocking. But you're saying it's not.
It's not. No, that was bad blocking direction wise.
Oh.
Yeah. So fire and lava eruptions in the castle. Some cool kind of like almost multicolored fire happening at points as well.
I mean, why not? You know, have fun with it.
We'll find out later. I think it's magical fire. Well, we know it's somewhat magical because they can't put it out. So yeah, let it be colorful. Wedding dress got left in Gyumao's room, so he's going to go get it. And Goku attempts the Kamehameha to blow out the flames. But he's like, hey, chill. I'll make it just, I won't hit the castle. I'll just go a little
She's just like, wait, no.
My dad's there, and also the dress.
So he blows out the fires, but they come back. And then we get this part where Goku is going to jump on Kinton to go fly over the flames and everything. And Goku just does this weird backflip onto it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
hands together up against his body and just like, it's reminiscent of how he flips off of it with Raditz, right? Like when he arrives to the battlefield with Piccolo.
That's what I was thinking about too.
So you just got to enter it.
It happens so fast that you're like, what did he do? It's weird.
Is that the same studio for those episodes? I'm going to have to look that up.
Maybe. They're just not used to an adult Goku getting on Kinton. They're used to a young, tiny Goku doing it. But now he's got limbs. What do we do with them when he gets on the cloud?
Limbs for days, this kid.
So only the Basho-sen can put out these flames, according to Gyumao. And then Goku has a moment where people, Redditors, they're going crazy because Goku's not dumb. And he remembers this just minor thing that the Turtle Hermit said in passing, at this point, 6-7 years ago? Oh my gosh, Doug.
Okay, Doug.
For audio listeners, what do you think just happened? What do you think Doug did in response to me saying that? And then that's what happened.
You said it. Yeah, you paused. What was I supposed to do?
This is true. We got to blame Ken on this one.
So Turtle Hermit had been using it as a pot stand, which got dirty, and then he just threw it away. So that's what happened to that. And that's why Roshi ended up having to do the Kamehameha before in the first place, the very beginning of the series. So Goku is going to have to find that Basho-sen, but he'll ask Baba because Baba is good at helping people find lost stuff, which I only remember as being a gameplay element in Kakarot.
It's how they found the Dragon Ball in the Red Ribbon arc.
Is it?
It was sealed in a case that Pilaf had that would not let Dragon Radar energy emit.
Okay, because when you say in the Red Ribbon arc, I'm like, this was Red Ribbon was still going on, but you mean at the tail end in something that is almost
with the Fortune Teller Baba
entirely unrelated to Red Ribbon Army.
Right.
I wanted to bring it up because I looked back here, although I don't see who would have done layout or storyboard for it, but yeah, the animation supervisor for this episode and the one where Piccolo and Goku go to attack Raditz, both Mitsuo Shindo, and we have two animators on this being Tadayoshi Yamamuro, but also we have, where was it, Teruhisa Ryu, so I'm going to believe that's the person who drew the flips.
Sure.
Like it's just because it doesn't look like Yamamuro to me.
We talked about this because I also noticed Yamamuro in the end credits of this episode, but Shindo will leave or will step back in the Garlic Jr. arc, and then that's when Yamamuro takes over Shindo Productions.
Yeah. So good thinking, Doug, on the similarity thing.
But when we get to the next episode, there's a way a character turns, and I'm like, is this a GD Segasha episode? But we'll get to that.
Oh no. All right. So I was doing research and stuff. What were you guys talking about in then? That Goku was remembering a thing with fortune teller crone with Baba? Is that where we're at?
That she's able to find anything.
I'm saying Baba. That's where I live in my life.
All right.
You old crone.
Okay.
I say Baba.
right.
I say Kami. I say Pawn, though. I'm an enigma. So Baba catches her first cold in 200 years, which is just an element to get them to this like hot tub in later in the episode. Hot springs. The Basho Sen, she does her little fortune telling, as you will, and it seems it's set in some sort of octagon off to the east. So Goku and Chi-Chi are going to go, and then Goku just grabs Baba. She's coming too, which is great. She gets to be part of the adventure.
Yeah.
This is another thing that I just love about this, is that when you have these filler kind of episodes, you're not locked in to all these main characters. You know, like, remember, like, Yajirobe and Karin were doing stuff and involved in, not like a big way, but in the B-plot of the Garlic Jr. arc, and how fun that was. And that's what you can do with this. Because you're in this filler space and you can just live and play with your little pieces in the world. It's a lot of fun. I love it.
Yeah, 5 years of nothing where we don't know who is doing what other than Goku and Chi-Chi off doing their own things. So like, why not? Everybody's available. We can work with everybody.
As long as you put your puzzle pieces back where they started at the end of this, then we're all good.
Don't kill anybody that's alive.
This is where Toei kind of loosens the leash again and says, hey, do you want to do Oolong's backstory? Because we go to Octagon Village, which is where Oolong is from, and then there's also there's Jasmine, which again is another type of tea, and Unan, which I'm guessing is also another type of tea, but I'm not familiar. But if it's not, Toei, what were you doing?
Right.
Yeah. And I liked how they were almost going to be like, oh, not all pigs are pigs,
right?
Like perverts.
Right.
Turns out, nope, all pigs are apparently in this world.
Yep.
So.
Way to
so much for saving that. I know. Thanks, Toei.
So Chi-Chi and Baba are going to go to this hot spring so that Baba can get rid of her cold, while Goku goes where the pigs have sent Goku on this kind of like wild goose chase because they just want to get him gone so they can peep on Chi-Chi. And then Goku's like, well, maybe I missed this thing they were telling me to look for, this like chasm or whatever.
A valley.
A valley, yeah. So he turns back around, and then from the sky, he's overlooking this big... I'm describing this as if people are watching us talk about it and didn't watch these episodes with us, which I'm sure there's a number of people. But he's now over this hot spring where Chi-Chi and Baba are, and he sees that it's in the shape of an octagon. And then in like the water, he kind of sees the shape of the Basho Sen, and so he goes straight into the water. And
sort of Gryffindor.
He tries to pull it out, but it turns out it was a stopper, and so like the whole thing drains.
The whole spring just empties out.
But in the spring, there's a big pillar with a Basho Sen etched on it and instructions, question mark, which Baba recognized from a book she saw at Roshi's. And so Goku and Chi-Chi set out for Kame House.
That pillar has those pictograms on there, but are they also using what looks to be Namekian script written on there? Because that looks like whenever they had, Kami and Piccolo talking to each other.
Whoa.
I think we need a Namekian DVD player to be able to read those that feature.
Get the Namekian Book of Legends. It's all here.
Someone at Toyotaro let him know if he can play with this lore.
This village that they were at with the oolongs and the pigs, was it also named like or was it like the place where the Bansho fan was created as well? That's something to do with it, right? Because all of a sudden this pillar has the instructions of it or like etchings of it. Why? It would make sense if like it was.
Well, we're going to get with some shaky logic here in a little bit.
Yeah.
And now I say that not having seen 151, 152, 153, but pretty quickly we're going to be asking why was this stuff etched on this pillar, because that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. Yep. 100%. Yeah, it's a good question. I just feel like it's coincidence stuff that's like, yeah, they got sent over here for whatever, and here's some sort of tiny clue
to advance the plot.
Yeah, this doesn't even tell them anything. It's just because Baba's with them. It's like, I saw a thing in a book that my brother has. Like, okay.
Baba's sick, right? So her divinations are maybe not as spot on, but she's doing a divination that is now leading them on the path to it, even if it's not directly where they need to go. So if you think about it that way, that her divination is just taking them on a roundabout path of where they need to go, then that
It's a dousing machine that just like is
Yes.
kind of gearing them to the right place.
it's
Yeah.
taking them here so that they can go there, so that they can go there, so they can go there, instead of just taking them straight to point E to begin with.
Right.
Yeah. So this episode, I don't know. We of course have to set everything up and get everything in motion. I didn't really dig the hot spring things. I was like, okay, we're just doing oolong again,
Yeah.
but a lot of them.
The punchline is just peeping on young girls.
Right. Isn't that fun? So just like, whatever. But also the other thing that really took me out of it is like the art in this episode is real bad. Like the stretched out bodies, like I'm just looking at Goku and I'm like, his boots are so like half of his shin in length. And
I mean, yes, but the way I try to, place this all in my head is, of course, the next episode, which is a Segasha one, I believe, is a different story. But for a lot of these studios, they had only been dealing with adult Goku for like 16 episodes at this point,
Right.
or less.
Right.
And so to them, this Goku is foreign as well. Like they had spent 140 episodes drawing stubby little kid Goku, and all of a sudden, they're learning.
Yeah.
They're
I
figuring
like
out
this
the
learning
proportions.
journey too, like because of the way it makes Goku look. Like he does look like an older teenager. A very unique look for him that we don't, doesn't stick around for very long.
yeah. Very true. Yeah.
But this is how I imagine Dragon Ball looking, having not watched OG in a long time. This episode is how I imagine the entire series looking. So then when we get to the next episode and it like looks like, oh my God, there are moments of it looking incredible. I'm like, oh yeah, it can look like this too. We had the technology then.
That's how I feel with Dragon. Like when I think original Dragon Ball, I'm thinking a lot of Uchiyama, a lot of Ebisawa,
yeah.
and that their styles kind of worked for the series back then.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Because we're not seeing the Yamamuro that we know. I was shocked to even see Segasha in this next episode, and like a recognizable Segasha of what we'll get later down the line.
Taking a look at the the staff here for episode 150, that is, would be Segasha crew. We have Tadayoshi Yamamuro here, but we do have Tomokichi Takeuchi, who is part of that whole group. But in between animation, not key animation, we have Kazuya Hisada and Naoki Tate. So they are not yet doing the actual keys. They're just doing in betweens at this point. So that's why it's kind of like, it's kind of Segasha, but not, because we don't have those two. And also we don't have, oh gosh, name is gone. We talk about him all the time. Worked on One Piece after this and looked bad.
Shimanuki.
Shimanuki. There we go. No Shimanuki in sight. He's not part of this. So
Man, I would love
Hisada,
to
no Shimanuki.
pick the brains of these animators, because coming into this, you're like, oh, this is the end of Dragon Ball, the end of like what I've worked on for a while. Even the manga, it's like still it's still continuing, and like there's definitely Z coming along, but in their minds, they don't know from how much longer. And for them, it's like, do they have a pride of like, let me put my nice seal of let's end this series up like right, or was this just like another job to them? Like, I'm just gonna keep drawing.
It's just another week, because Z just happened the week after when the show is over.
But I wonder if there's like a sense of pride, because Dragon Ball was very successful, and it's like the Dragon Ball's ending, quote unquote, kind of thing. And just, I don't know. I would love to know what their mindset was at that time,
right?
with the transition.
There's definitely a sense of pride. I mean, as an artist, I can tell you right now, that's how you feel when you create something. And even if they weren't they weren't Toriyama, they weren't leading the story, I'm sure they still felt proud to be working on what they were doing.
Right.
So we're in episode 150 now, yeah.
Yeah.
Pilaf crew, baby. I did not know this was coming.
Me neither. What a surprise.
Yeah.
Because, it opens up with Shu with the binoculars, like seeing this person on
astronaut,
the mountain, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, this astronaut here, who later on looks suspiciously like the mayor from from
the shaman guy.
Snow's Village.
Oh, I thought he was the shaman guy from the village that Oolong was terrorizing. Like he looked like Shaman Bert or whatever his name was, something like that.
The mayor from the Snow Village.
But Jingle Village.
They just got one old guy looking character board and just stuck with it.
Who's Joji Yanami voiced, right? Am I remembering right?
Which is also a cool thing that I wonder if they thought about, because the voice actor is like the narrator, right? And eventually Kaio-sama. So I wonder if like it's an end of Dragon Ball. Let's do something fun with the voice actor. It's going to end. So let's put the voice actor in the character. But again, and then in doing that, ruining the actual better joke that Kaio-sama is going to be the voice actor, the narrator,
Right.
kind of thing.
So Turtle is cleaning the house as Goku and Chi-Chi arrive. And I love that Turtle doesn't recognize Goku at first.
Takes him a long minute.
And then, of course, the whole thing of Goku not remembering what Umagame's name is. He has to remind him. And then 3 seconds later, Chi-Chi being like, is it this? Like, I just said it, lady.
Yeah.
You two are perfect for each other.
Yeah.
The Roshi hasn't returned yet because they're still at the tournament, right? They're on they're on a plane on their way back. And this is another excuse to be like, you're playing with filler, so how can you use the pieces of your world that aren't going to mess everything else up later? So you just have a little fun little chat with the sea turtle here. Roshi throwing away that Basho-sen took place several hundred years ago, and I'm like, man, I always forget how old Roshi is supposed to be.
Right.
Yeah. Super, super old.
So there's a part, I think it's when they're walking into the house and Chi-Chi turns around, and that was what set off my Segasha meter in my head, because I'm like, I'm surprised to hear you say that Hisada was just an in-betweener on this, because the turnaround, I'm like, Hisada.
Yeah. He might have been bleeding into being like, you know what? I'm really good. Let me just get my own keys in here. It'll be a good time.
Yeah, if he was doing in-betweeners, he could have set his own pacing for those frames too.
Right.
And so that's why it's like, and she whips around and I'm like, boom, there he is. There he is.
That whole entrance is so good just because we have let's hurry, and Chi-Chi goes past and Turtle is just going slow and just Goku come on, and just picks him up and just runs
It's the
in.
Zootopia sloth joke. Right
God,
this way, guys. Let's go. Let's move it along.
So the Turtle Hermit's going to find this book that Baba remembers. And there's all this porn everywhere.
The second he's like, I think it's a stack of books, I'm like, we're going to see so much porn.
Yeah. It's a clever setup, because it's like, my brother has a book. I'm like, other kind of books Roshi keeps.
So he's going through, and this is I love Seed of Might, the way they do their subtitles on this, because they have over the book, it says, Turtle School Way.
Yeah.
And so you know that this is a book then that Roshi wrote, if this is the Turtle School book. And so it talks about,
he's the founder of it.
Right. Using the Basho-sen is one flap or whatever, what would you call it? One fan brings a heavy gale, second one brings thunderclouds, and the third one brings torrential rain. And they're going to need, to make a new one, they're going to need feathers of the fire-eating bird at Mount Kiwi. So on to Mount Kiwi.
Off we go.
The location.
There's this cave inside the mountain, and I love this small moment where Goku tells Chi-Chi to watch her step. Because it's like, yes, he's not a lovebird, but he still seems to be, there is some sort of caring for her, because I don't necessarily know if he would have ever said something like that to Bulma.
Oh, true. She would have tripped and been like, wow, you should have watched your step.
Yeah.
Well, this is an adult Goku, so maybe... it's more mature.
This is a Goku who trained with God. Yeah.
Yeah. Popo got him, some manners.
Yeah. That early Ultra Instinct. Watch your step.
Yeah, this Goku is known for saying things like, well, I don't know what it is, but I know what my heart says.
Oh, gosh.
It's a sad dubism. But we get this gross lizard thing starts licking Chi-Chi's face, and I swear I've seen these episodes before, and I have zero memory of Pilaf, zero memory of this lizard thing.
I remember the cave and the egg, but that was about it.
I was fully expecting this lizard joke to be too gross, but then no, it wasn't. It's just one lick on Chi-Chi's face, and then it actually is a funny joke to pay off with Shu and Mai. So I really like that.
But
joke.
I immediately saw reverse echoes, I guess, of Gohan and Haya Dragon.
Oh,
really?
The way that Goku, Goku just puts his hand on the lizard's head, says, "Hey, I'm sorry," and the lizard's just like, "All right, dude,
hey.
I'm out." And he walks back,
just like that.
Yeah.
So it was really great. It was really Goku's got this. Goku comes from the wilderness.
You were the guy that flew in on that cloud where you have to be pure heart. It's all good. Have a good time.
You're good. Yeah, I've heard about you.
And then I love, again, it's Goku walking around in a costume, basically, because Mai doesn't recognize him. Mai and Shu are here in this cave as well. And they're like, who's it? Or I don't know if she says who's that guy, or she just doesn't acknowledge that it's Goku yet. So it's like, she doesn't recognize him.
No, like, who are these people? Yeah.
Yeah. The lizard pops out, Goku and Chi-Chi go on their way. The lizard pops out and stops Mai and Shu goes to pet it, but he's too short, and so he's like jumping and I guess like aggroing it, and the lizard bites him.
Aggroing it,
yeah.
Him hanging from its mouth is hilarious.
Yeah.
Chi-Chi slips, but she comes across this giant egg with all this like tech stuff set up to it, and then the astronaut comes out and stops them. I think he looks like the shaman guy from the Oolong Village, but you guys say the Jingle Village guy. But anyways, we've got a lot of old dudes that look alike in Dragon Ball. Toriyama can only draw one face.
Damn, got him.
There's no mother bird. It died a long time ago. 40 years ago. It's timeline moment. The mountain exploded and the fire-eating bird died. Shu and Mai, boom. Big drill comes out of nowhere, out through the wall. Shu and Mai are here.
That's like their screw it moment. They're like not dealing with like the turns and waves of this cave. It's just like, just gonna ram through the middle of it with this machine.
This is so Team Rocket before Team Rocket.
Yeah.
I love it. And I wonder if they were ever gonna do like an interview with the Pokemon anime crew and be like the inspirations for Team Rocket. How much of it was the Pilaf crew?
Yeah.
Like, is Jessie just basically Mai? Is Pilaf Meowth? That kind of stuff.
It's a good template.
Yeah. So Goku does recognize him, which, if you remember in GT, he also pretty immediately recognizes Pilaf and them at the temple.
Yeah.
Well, you never forget somebody who tried to kill you.
Oh. But
maybe Goku said he had so many.
He doesn't recognize them in Battle of Gods.
This is true.
Yeah,
that's been decades, though.
We're in Waku Waku Goku at that point. But GT is after the end of Z. So that's even further beyond.
It's true.
Mm.
The great Pilaf Daimao. Which, was he ever given that designation before, or is that something they've picked up since Piccolo?
I thought it was because of Piccolo. I thought like they were like, oh, I'm the new big bad, so I'm going to call myself Daimao.
Yeah, I'm going to take his title. It's like a whole Goma thing, becoming the great demon king.
It's because Daimao means like demon king?
Yeah,
or what does Daimao mean?
Yeah.
So like, what was his title? Was like, it had like Mr. So it's like Mr. Pilaf Demon King or something like that. It was just really
I didn't
funny.
See that.
He
wants to sell the egg for 100 million zenny. And then they're like, hey, Chi-Chi, hey, girl, can you come over here? And Mai just like grabs Chi-Chi.
Chi-Chi's like, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I love Chi-Chi this moment with Pilaf because she says like, what a cute hat. You look like a baby.
Oh, Chi-Chi. Why couldn't you have stuck around longer?
This is truly the best part about Super was bringing back Pilaf and his gang. Because they're just such a wonderful group. It's really a shame that we were without them for so long.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess they didn't really have any place anymore when Cell could blow up the Earth. Once we hit a certain point, it's like, okay, these small timers, there's no reason for them to get involved here.
They still played a part with Piccolo Daimao, like that. There is that big bad, and they're still there as the lackeys.
Yeah. I think that was probably pushing the limits of how involved they could be with a big power.
Doing that again would have been,
Although they did wish Frieza back from the dead. So, I don't know. Where am I here in this story here? So, Chi-Chi reveals that this is, in fact, Son Goku. And then Chi-Chi, baller move, just knocks Mai and Shu out immediately because she's a martial artist. We can't forget that she can go Kaioken in one of the movies.
That's right.
No.
She's an
I
opening.
never remember when it happened.
And then we have Goku just punching the whole drill machine off, and that's when Pilaf is like, oh, it is that kid.
This kid, The hair just didn't stick with me.
And then they whoop, 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 out of there. Team Rocket blasting off once again.
Yep.
Once again.
100%.
The mountains erupting, I guess all of this activity. The fire-eating bird appears. Turns out that mama bird didn't die.
Just went to go get milk.
I guess, yeah, went for cigarettes.
For 40 years.
Yeah. So the bird then cracks the egg. Mother and child reunited. Goku Kamehamehas the side of the mountain, so they escape. And the fire-eating bird disappears, but leaves behind 3 feathers, which kind of just like phase through their hands.
Yeah. I thought that was going to be it, but no, it really did just like all 3 phased out to nothingness.
And then we get... I don't think this happens, quote unquote, diegetically for our cast, so they don't know. But then we do jump over to the Kame house, and it's Roshi and Turtle. And Roshi's like, "What did you tell them all that? I was drunk when I wrote that."
Hilarious nonsense.
Which is why is it on why is it etched on the pillar then?
Why is it on the pillar or whatever? Yeah.
Toyotaro moment. Okay, let's explain this. Okay, you have Roshi. He's a perv. He goes to the pervy Octagon village to go to the hot spring. Maybe there were some ladies there. And maybe when he was there, hiding in the water, like with a little towel on his head and a little bamboo in his mouth. And then he saw, while he was under the water, he saw this pillar and then remembered that when he was drunk and then wrote that in there. There you go. There
you go. Yeah. What the heck? Ken added again.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. That's perfect. Perfect sense, Ken. Wonderful.
Yeah. Beautiful.
But we now have to go to an ice mountain, and we're not sure if we're sending them in the right direction or not.
Right.
But
he's like, "Oh, it's the ice mountain to the north." And they're like, "Let's go." And he's like, "Oh, or was it west?" Like, they didn't stick around long enough to hear.
But we have not yet seen the last of the Pilaf crew, because they will be following behind.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And Chi-Chi has like a piece of the shell. It's got all that shimmery look on the inside.
The egg, yeah. Whatever it does. Yeah. You could see Dumbledore's brother when you look through it.
Yeah, we have made too many references to that series this episode.
It's 2 more than we should.
I do have to ask, is this going to be a Chekhov's eggshell or just a cool
that's
little
what
thing?
I'm thinking. Yeah, I wasn't sure. It's like, does this pay off later? I can't remember.
Is it in Kakarot, the video game? Is it in the room somewhere?
The way it's presented, I think it's just like, whoa, isn't this pretty? And
oh yeah, we got something out of this adventure.
We're having a nice, and I don't mean romantic in like a love sense, but this is a very romantic ending, and so I think that's maybe just part of it.
Okay, I can dig that.
Yeah. Now, couple of things. One, Ken, you were right. I'm taking a look here. The priest from Oolong's village, Anru, is that what it is? Yeah, it's the same character design, but he's got black hair and a black mustache. So Ken was right.
Gotcha, bitch.
And yeah, because the Jingle Village mayor doesn't have a mustache, but he is an old man. But his nose shape is a bit different, and his hair isn't as sticky outy. But
I was convinced this was the same old man that made the androids, like Dr. Frappe or whatever. But I'm like, oh no, that guy has old afro kind of look to him. But yeah,
that would make sense though, because he's already filler. So
right, just pluck him in there and put him there. These eggs, like strapped up to these machines, they remind me. You guys never played the second Legacy of Goku games, right? Because there's a whole side quest, and there are like eggs attached to machines and whatnot, and it kind of reminded me of this. So I wonder if the game thought of this and like made it like a mini game. It was like a side quest in the game in Legacy of Goku, but yeah,
I could see that.
Yeah,
that makes sense to me.
They definitely wasn't for like fire eating birds. It was probably just for generic dinosaur number 3. But yeah.
My other note is, because it was a lot of the Segasha crew, I wrote good art all around. So I wasn't
pretty
sure
good.
If Ken was gonna.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I have no notes about weird animation.
Mm-hmm.
Other than the Chi-Chi turnaround, you're like, this has got to be.
Yeah. I was like, hold on a second, something's a little weird.
It's always funny when that happens. Gosh. All right. So these episodes, I'm having a good time. I'm excited to see where it goes, where everything pays off. And yeah, it's been...
I always felt like these episodes had a negative reputation. And I don't know necessarily where I picked that up from. But watching these now...
I know.
These are... Well, yes, Douglas?
Well, no, everyone's just like, let's get to Raditz. Because from our state of the world, we knew Raditz was coming, but growing up in Japan, you wouldn't have that kind of.
Doug, that's not how it aired here, right?
Yeah, we all knew about Raditz for years.
No, I know. No, I know, but even then, it's like, why is it still going? Just show me Z again going to Raditz while you're watching this. This feels like tacked on stuff.
Yeah, I don't really follow that logic from the American standpoint. If we were all Japanese, and I'm guessing we're not, but if we were all Japanese, then that's that's how our impression would have been. An American audience, I don't necessarily think that tracks. So I'm still left confused about.
I don't know.
Why.
Ask Americans.
I bet most Americans didn't even watch these episodes, have no opinion, didn't even know that it happened.
True. Missing out.
But if you are not missing out and you're watching with us, congrats. We're on a fun adventure, and I really like it. And I can't wait to hear what other people have to say about these 2 episodes. So I think we should take a break and then come back and do that. Hear what people had to say. What do you guys think? Okay, we are back here with more We Get a Podcast, and now we get to listen to what you guys had to say. Ken, as always out there on the blue sky, putting out the call, saying it's time to enter the space between the 23rd Tenkaichi Budokai and Raditz for a bit of fillerific wedding fun with the Dragon Ball episodes 149, 150. So, first up here we have Doug number 2, J. Lunar, Jake. Ken, would you mind taking that?
Yeah, Jake says, very refreshing to revisit some lighthearted Dragon Ball. I've always rocked back and forth on how I feel about this mini arc. Overall, I enjoy it, but I felt like the writers couldn't decide how serious the stakes actually were. ODK's burning, but yeah, sure, let's appreciate Chi-Chi's giggling on Kinton. There's a lot to appreciate here, though. This particular era of martial arts master Goku and full of whimsy Chi-Chi is like a breath of fresh air. I love how Goku handles everything with an experienced but peppy attitude. Watching him outside of the story confines of the 23rd Tenkaichi Budokai is pure joy for me. Rapid fire notes and questions. Is this Ox Demon King's first appearance in casual wear? Rhetorical question, sorta. Why is totally not Jingle Village Mayor with a mustache completely uncredited? It's Ob's Joji Yanami, but come on. And Turtle Hermit drunkenly scribed mythological lies had me howling. Again, Jake, gotcha, bitch. It's the shaman from the beginning of the series. Look.
He got all of us.
Pretty sure Jingle Village guy is voiced by Joji Yanami, so I think it's a voice thing of like, here's old man, same voice, but he has the character design of the guy from the Oolong episode.
And because I'm so used to Mr. Satan, I hear him through Ox King instead.
Oh yeah, 100%.
But yeah, at this point, guys, find an alternate way to save Ox King. It's taking way too long to get this fan.
Why couldn't you have just taken Kintoon up to him in the window, be like, hop on?
He tried, but that didn't work. The flames have a mind of their own, apparently, because Goku did that cool thing where like he went underwater with to kind of douse himself with wetness. Yeah. But even that wasn't strong enough to go through the flames. It still burned.
Also, do you know what just happened in the previous episode?
What?
Bukujutsu on over
he could
to
fly.
him. Pick him up.
He can fly. Why are we crawling through caves?
Ken, what do you got here?
We do briefly see Gyumao in the manga with Chi-Chi, which would have predated this episode airing. So they were borrowing from the manga design for
it definitely existed.
This era, yeah.
They're like, oh, I like that design. Let's keep that. Let's do it.
Huh. Yeah, man. Good stuff. Thanks, Jake. Really good stuff there. We've got Matches Peaches here who says, I know this arc isn't canon, but I really love it. It's exactly how I'd imagine Goku and Chi-Chi's wedding to go. Full of adventure and drama. I think this might also be the first time we see Ox King in his casual dad look before even Z. Looking forward to your breakdown and thoughts as always. Everybody is locked in on Gyumao, and I love it.
Yeah.
I love that because, we think of Dragon Ball Gyumao as this different character design. And we think of the Gyumao that we truly know, we think of as Z and later. And so to see him looking like that in Dragon Ball, it like raises all sorts of alarms. Like, whoa. Some chicanery happened here.
See, I'm so much of a basic, like not actual fan, is that he's in that outfit from the original Dragon Ball for so short, I forget about it. So I saw him here, I'm like, yep, I'm like, that's just what he looks like. I don't know why we're like, there's one thing where it had like a design of his old helmet on there. Like, yeah, he used to wear a helmet like that. Oh, well, anyway.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think like his lawn has like a pool shaped like that.
That's
like,
what
his
it was.
helmet.
Yeah. So I'm a fake fan, and that's just how it goes. Ken,
Aren't
this
we
one
all?
up from Noah. Aka.
Cello shots. I love that
There
the
it
anime.
is.
I love that the anime takes a moment to stop and smell the roses during the brief time where Goku is an adult before the series' sci-fi shift. My two favorite things from these episodes are the photo of Chi-Chi as an adorable baby and Mai and Shu calling Pilaf Daimao after getting dumped by Piccolo.
It's so good. See, I hadn't read this all the way through, so when he said that brief time where Goku is, and I was like, an adult and alive, because he dies pretty quickly after this. And then it's just like dead, hospital, away on an alien planet,
Yeah.
missing for a year.
There's no.
So-
Yeah.
There's no downtime for that man after this. So yeah, it's a good time. And yeah, the Daimao stuff, super, super good. We got Rob here, who has commentary on individual episodes. So here we go, 149. This was a fun start to this mini arc. It's nice to see the slice of life stuff at the start. Fun detail with Chi-Chi remembering the Kamehameha and what it did previously. I prefer the English dub for what Chi-Chi says to Goku when he leaves to look for the Basho fan in Octagon Village. I did watch these episodes dubbed, but
you
a
did.
second time. So I don't remember what she says. Do you? I don't
No
recall.
idea.
Okay.
I did. I left it on after we watched these two episodes. I left it on, went up to the bathroom. Actually, the dub auto plays. So I was like listening to the voice, and I'm like, oh wow, that is Chi-Chi's voice, and like she does not sound like a kid, like she's supposed to, like a older teen, like she's supposed to. She just sounds like a 30-year-old woman already.
Oh, Funimation. Episode 150. Again, this episode is really fun. I love the scene with the dolphins, Goku being nice to the lizard monster, and Chi-Chi beating up Shu and Mai. It's a nice setup for the Pilaf gang to do one last adventure in the Dragon Ball anime. The reason for Roshi writing the book in English and Japanese is LOL. Yeah, I can't remember what he says for the English one either, but it's not, of course, he doesn't bring up that he's drunk. He just says, like, I don't know if it was just made up poppycock or something like that.
The dolphins is a throwback to when Goku and Chi-Chi were first on Kinton together, right? And they go and they stop and talk to that dolphin for directions.
That's right.
Yeah.
Damn. These guys are real fans. These animators over at
Toyotaro,
Toei.
watch out.
These guys are coming for your lunch, I guess.
These guys from the 80s, watch out, Toyotaro.
They've got a time machine.
They're right behind you.
They're old. They're still around. Finishing off for Rob. These two episodes are really fun, and I think it's a great idea to have Goku and Chi-Chi go on an adventure. It's a fun detail that the Ox King is a king of a small kingdom. It's funny you could consider Goku a king after marrying Chi-Chi. Can't wait to hear what you guys have said. Have a nice day. Yeah, Goku could relate to Vegeta in that way. It's like, you know what? We're both royalty.
I always thought that there's King Vegeta and then there's King Goku Ox King or the Ox Prince.
Isn't the way that it like works in British royalty is that he would be an earl or like a duke or something instead?
Well, if he's an earl, he has to die, as foretold by the Dixie Chicks.
I'm not familiar.
I was wondering where I was going. I mean, either.
Chi-Chi is the princess, but that doesn't necessarily make Goku the prince. So,
Right.
I don't know.
but still royalty for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I'm an American and we fought a war, so I don't have to care about what the Brits are doing. So I have no idea.
But they didn't keep the money, right? Like Ox King is loaded, but then she's just always complaining about not having money.
Well, because the money's running out.
Yeah. Is that his money's running out or something like that? I mean, I'm going to be careful because I don't want to start speaking out of my butt here because I'm a little hazy on the details, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because then, of course, later on, Goku becomes a radish farmer and then is taking money from Mr. Satan because something is going on with Ox King's finances. I don't know. Maybe he was embezzling and he got caught. Now he's in
Probably.
jail.
I still think I don't think he's a good guy. I still think he's a corrupt king or whatever.
I think you know a guy.
He was like, as soon as we cut to him at his castle, like I thought he was talking to his his employees, like, "Thank you all for coming out here. This means a lot." No, he was just practicing reading his speech to his real friends, his billionaire friends that are going to show up for the wedding.
The
You guys catch that?
percenters.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's why he couldn't ride on Kintamune, because he's, being just a
Not
bad
pure.
guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Neldor chimes in. This is my first time watching these episodes, and I'm a bit on the fence about them. I really like the silly bits, like the book being a bunch of nonsense Turtle Hermit wrote while drunk, or the Pilaf gang taking Chi-Chi hostage and her being completely unfazed by it. But there's this fetch quest element to it that's only kind of balanced by how unserious and relatively lighthearted everything feels. I have to say, the first half of 149 got me wanting to see more interactions between Goku, Chi-Chi, and Ox King. But no, we get half an episode of Pig Village.
Yeah, I totally understand you there. And there's also this very funny thing, because, obviously they're going off to save, Gyumao. But they're taking a long time. They are crossing the world, and then, once or twice an episode, we cut back to just oh God, everything's burning, and he's just, I hope they
Goku.
save me and I don't die of smoke inhalation.
He's
any minute
running.
now.
He's running through the hallways. I want to supercut this and Kami and Popo and the Garlic Jr. arc, just running. All three of them just running away from stuff.
Stuff's going bad everywhere. That's fun. And then we've got this final one from Weeba, who says there's always something comforting about those times of peace moments in the series. Whether or not you think filler is a dirty word or not, it's nice to be able to enjoy a much more grounded adventure instead of being anxious for the fate of the world. Going around to different locations in the world is always fun. I enjoyed the revelation that Oolong is just one of many pigs named after various teas. And that's all I care to say about that particular village. It was even nice to see Pilaf's gang and show how Chi-Chi is still a world-class fighter. I think the fetch quest element of this arc wears out its welcome fast. Unfortunately, while seeing Goku and Chi-Chi actually spend some quality time together is nice, it's frustrating that it's spent on this wild goose chase for this gosh darn fan.
Yes, tall and skinny Oolong will haunt my nightmares forever.
He can't hurt you. He's not real. He's filler.
I am so excited for this next batch.
Me too. I can't wait to see how it all finishes out. And I know that there's a fight at the end that has some really good animations. So I'm excited for that.
But the title is called Chi-Chi's bridal training pays off. Way to be a woman in this day and age. Good job. Stick to the kitchen. I think that was the title in Dragon Ball
title
for it. Yeah.
Chi-Chi understands the way of trad wife.
Oh, now we got to make a new. We got to Photoshop the episode title card to say Chi-Chi knows how to be a trad wife or something like that. But write it out in Japanese. It'll be really funny.
There you go.
Trado wife.
You've got to have that in katakana. I think that's really important. And gosh, what a good time. Such a good time that I hate to bring it to this, which is trivia. Oh no. Ken hit himself with a book. Was it a bad transition, or were you just no?
He's absorbing the power of knowledge.
Absorbing,
too. Yeah.
Osmosis.
By holding that manga.
Continue, please.
Volume 2 of Dragon Ball Z in America. That has nothing to do with what we just read now.
He's looking into the future. So we've got a set of questions here from Trivia Deity Zenpai. And here we go. Question number 1. Why shouldn't Goku be wolfing down an entire banquet in episode 149? Why shouldn't he? And yet here he is.
Yeah, because obviously Gyumao is running low on funds and Goku is eating him out of house and home.
Oh, that's a good one. I like that, actually.
A lot of plates on that table, yeah.
This actually has something to do with episode 149. So think about your extra credit here. Why shouldn't he be?
Oh, he just ate a sensu.
Exactly. He just had a sensu, which should quell his appetite for 10 days, and he just had it a few hours before.
The human appetite for 10 days, not a Saiyan's.
That's true. Yeah. Question number 2. Prior to episode 149, when was the last time Goku had worn the Nyoibo?
Well, it would have been before he went up to the temple.
Right,
before he connected Karin.
That's where it stays forever.
Dende doesn't retract it and then...
So was it against Tao Pai Pai? I don't recall him really wearing it during Tao Pai Pai.
Now, I apologize. I'm wearing pajama pants. So if you're watching this episode...
Let's get a show. Bow chicka wow.
So, I mean, the last time he would have worn it then would have been on his way up to the temple, right? Or did he leave it with Karin?
Oh, dang. Even Randy's
hey.
got figure
Hey, hold up.
evidence.
We know that's Nyoibo? For sure? That's just not some stick he's got on his back?
What are you insinuating?
So for what audio listeners, Randy is showing Goku in his outfit when he first takes off his turban at the 23rd Tenkaichi Budokai, and he is indeed wearing Nyoibo on his back. Or just some
Or a red
random
stick.
stick.
Did we ever see it extend, Randy?
It's true.
I don't think so.
What if you unfold it and it's a tent?
Yeah.
Could be. Either way, they decided to color it red and put it on his back here.
What did Toriyama color it? I'm afraid to ask.
Yeah, I don't think so. Black and white.
Yeah.
That's true.
Checkmate.
I don't think. Yeah.
Come on, Senpai.
I don't think he.
You can't leave any holes in your questions, man.
Everything's subjective.
Alrighty, question 3. Despite Sea Turtle seemingly not recognizing Chi-Chi, they actually have met before. When?
Oh, man.
Yeah, when they briefly go to Kame Island.
That's right, when they're looking for the Basho-sen the first time to put out the fires on Frypan Mountain.
I was like, surely this has got to be more of a trick question, but we ended up already kind of discussing.
Yeah, I was thinking like, filler? Did they meet during filler?
No. And then finally, what is the literal translation of Basho-sen?
It's Banana Fan.
Sunfist.
It's the banana leaf fan. So,
Yeah. And that's minus 54 points from Senpai.
Because you
There we
mentioned it
go.
already, yeah.
Yeah,
Got
not just because
him.
we mentioned it, because he had the gall to think that we wouldn't.
I think it was the first thing Ken said when he popped on the podcast.
all right, make sure to make that on the scoreboard over there, minus 54 points. So, thank you for that.
Hurts. That hurts.
Thank you, Zenpai, for the trivia. We appreciate it.
Thank
And
you.
we thank you, the listener, for listening, because we love interacting with you and keeping you in the conversation, talking about our favorite franchise in the world. You can post at us on Blue Sky over at wegottapodcast.com. And hey, you know what? You can shoot us an email at show@wegottapodcast.com.
It's been truly a pleasure to serve you, and thank you to Rifti Beats for letting us use the track Kakarot Theme Hip Hop Chat Remix. You can find that track and other great music by Rifti on his SoundCloud. And Ken, where can the people find you?
You can find me at detectivex.bsky.social, but you can also find all of us on Mario Kart and Sonic Crossworlds night on every Saturday
What?
at 8 p.m. Eastern, twitch.tv/VegettoEX, or just, I think it's a little easier, www.grabyournearest.com.
It will take you there. It's always a great time. Randy, how about you? Where can they find you?
Oh, you can find me over on Blue Sky. That is Saberbreaker at wegottapodcast.com. I can't remember. I can remember. There is no underscore. But you know what? You don't have to type in that whole thing. Just search Saberbreaker.
If it doesn't work, just search Saberbreaker. You got it. And you can find me at Jabaz Doug.
What is more steps? Going to Blue Sky directly, opening up Google, searching Saberbreaker, scrolling down because Blue Sky won't be the first result, scrolling down until you find Blue Sky and then clicking that.
I didn't say to search it on Google. Go to Blue Sky and type in the
Right.
search bar.
Search on DuckDuckGo.
It's gonna,
Gotcha.
it's gonna pull up your DeviantArt page instead.
Don't go there.
Don't click that link.
Doug, did you say where people can find you?
Jabaz Doug. You can find me at Jabaz Doug. Check me out there.
Okay, so the homework for next time is 151, 152, and 153. We're going to be ending Dragon Ball. Brace yourself. There's some Ebisawa in here, but then there's also Maeda, I think, who finishes a series off. If it's not Maeda, it's someone else with great skills finishing off that series. And you know what? I don't have any
Nice.
great skills to end this episode, so I'm just going to say, catch you, Matsunator.
See ya.
Bye.